Resource Request Board. The Resource Request Board may just be the most important board you'll use during an activation. It's used to request a resource or task assignment, update requests as they are processed, and track them through the system from creation to demobilization. There will be items or personnel you need to complete your mission successfully, resources you don't have readily available. The Resource Request Board is your access to the government supply chain. If you can't source something on your own, the county may be able to obtain it on your behalf. If we can't, we have the authority to request it from the state. Entering your request on this board assigns it a mission number. This number will get a supplier through a checkpoint, granting them access to an area under a state of emergency. It sets the budgetary process for in-county purchases. It satisfies the approval process for FEMA reimbursement where allowable. Purchases made outside of this process are the responsibility of the party who ordered them, not eligible for consideration by FEMA or through Monroe County. Be sure to select the board titled Resource Request Board Current from your control panel. An older version of this board is still active for use in COVID-19 resource requests. Should you still need supplies for COVID-19 response, select this board titled COVID-Only Resource Request. All others should use Resource Request Board Current. Your request will not be processed if it's entered on the wrong board. A dashboard of existing requests will be displayed upon launching the board. The list can be filtered by status or My Items. Filter by items to see only those your position originated or assigned. You may view any request or edit those requests you originated or assigned for updates. Those with proper permissions may delete as well. First, let's learn how to create a new record. Click the New Request button to launch the New Request input view. Complete all of the requested fields. Most fields are required. Hover over the question mark icon for tooltips that provide details on exactly what information is needed in that box. Assign new request to your section chief for approval. Create a succinct 3 to 5 word title for your request that includes the name of the item or service being requested. Select a priority from the drop-down menu. Priorities are determined by how soon the item is needed. The tooltip provides guidance on choosing a priority. Each item required must be entered in a separate request. Multiple items cannot be properly processed when they're combined into one request. Indicate the purpose of your request. The purpose is a short explanation of why the request is being entered and its objective. Be specific, keeping to a 50-character limit. Resource type is a drop-down compiled of NIMS categories. Select the item that most closely matches your need. Description is where you enter the request details. Include all information available for efficient processing. Item name, quantity, size, material, and any other data necessary to fulfill your request. Be specific. For example, if you need a case of water, what size bottle and how many to a case? Different vendors package their own quantities. The person ordering your water can't know exactly what you need unless you tell them. The same holds true for any other item that's packaged. All items required to support your missions should also be included. Do you need a driver and fuel for the backhoe? Food and shelter for the driver? Your description should anticipate any questions that may arise. Be as specific as you can. Anything unclear to the reviewer will be sent back for clarification, creating delays in processing. No acronyms. Those processing on the state level or providing mutual aid from outside of Monroe County will not be able to identify FKAA, LKMC, and so on. Unclear or incomplete information will cause delays in fulfilling your request. Provide specific billing information. This should include department or agency and contact information. Provide primary and secondary contact information of someone familiar with your request who can answer any questions that may arise. A predefined contact list of information pulled from the contacts board lets you select a frequently used name and pre-fills the information on the associated record. Click Use My Contact Info to automatically populate the fields with information you provided at login. Confirm your primary phone is a number where you can be reached. Your office phone should only be used if you'll be sitting in your office. Type text directly into the boxes if the contact isn't predefined or yourself. Secondary contact information is required as well. Complete the delivery information to include name and complete address. Predefined locations are those recorded on the emergency sites board. Information is automatically filled with data on that board to easily populate when delivering to a frequent location. Click Map to view pinned location and confirm accuracy of the address. Save your map to link location to the record. If delivering to multiple locations, include additional addresses in the delivery instructions box. Use this same space to request resources needed at the loading dock. Will you need a forklift to offload? If so, will you need a driver to operate the equipment? Someone to install the resource? Consider everything you may need to unload and position the equipment once received, or any information that will help the driver find your location. Specify an on-scene point of contact who is familiar with your request and will ensure it's properly received and routed. Add a comment with every status update or to provide additional information. If the reviewer has a question, it will be entered here and the request assigned back to you for clarification. This becomes your mechanism to track the request through the processing cycle. Attach pertinent documents here. Do you have a picture of the item that can assure the purchaser gets exactly what you need? Do you have a contract or authorization to purchase? Save your request. Once a record is created, the section chief will review and move it through the system. They will either approve it or return it to the creator for more information. Select Update at the end of the request record to launch a window similar to the one used to create the request. Here you can respond to questions asked by the processor or edit any incorrect information. The update view will be pre-filled with the information you initially provided. Update your status, assign the request to the next position in the processing cycle, or add additional comments. A comment must be entered to document every status change. This is how your order is tracked throughout the system. Sourced locally or sent to state will be completed by the logistics section chief or their designee. If your request is elevated to the state, the request number will be filled by the party doing so. View the details of your request at any time. From here, you can create a printable PDF, including your map and any uploaded attachments. Using the resource request board will ensure you receive the resources you need in the most accurate, timely fashion. Become familiar with it by entering practice records in a training incident. It's the only way you'll be prepared when you're called into action. Please contact our WebEOC admin if you have any questions or need further assistance. Contact information is here on the WebEOC homepage. Thank you for using WebEOC.